Hello and welcome to the Red Devils report. We're here to do a match review of the United versus City game for game week 11 in the Premier League. As always, we're part of the upper tier flag on the Dynamo Podcast Network, which you can find on YouTube. So just give us a like, share, and all that good stuff. Click the bell notification if you want to be reminded of all shows, and obviously follow each playlist for whatever your preferences are. Joined by my co-host here, Greg. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm not playing anymore.
Yeah, it was another bad day at the office. The result, not the worst in terms of 2-0.
It's not the worst. It could have been 22.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean.
No,
2-0 isn't.
They only had 5 shots on target now, mind you, but it could have been 20.
Yeah, so the first goal, obviously, Eric Bailly own goal.
We only said that the other day. We said that he either has a great game or he's capable of doing something like that.
Yeah, the thing is, he didn't even have an awful game either. His positioning is bad here. He's the wrong side of the ball, so when he does hit it,
he was only ever going to go one way. Yeah.
Yeah, if he gets at the ball a little bit earlier, he puts it out for a corner or whatever. Nothing De Gea can do about this one.
No, I think he should have left it myself. I think Lindelof was behind him, and I don't think there was the centre forward, was it De Bruyne, I think, was coming in. I don't think he was going to get there before either Lindelof or De Gea got it. I don't think he needed to go for it.
I don't think so either, but that screams that either De Gea or Lindelof needed to make a call at him.
Yeah,
and obviously that didn't happen either.
Maybe they did, and he just said, "Fuck it, I'm clearing it anyway."
But yeah, I think the thing is that if he leaves that and then Lindelof gets beaten by his man and it gets put in,
fucking furious that way.
People will be fuming at him. So I understand his decision.
100% go for it. That's just me saying.
Yeah, well, we can see things that we can see what's behind him and he can't. It's an unfortunate goal. As I said in the group chat while we were watching this.
Well, you were watching it.
Yeah. other than that, in the first half, or at least for the first 30 minutes of the first half, they had a lot of possession and they were pinging the ball around and we were on the back foot the whole game. But they hadn't created any chances at that point.
Everything was in front of them.
Yeah, we were 1-0 down and the goal came from an old goal. They hadn't really created a whole lot of chances. So it wasn't good, but at the same time, you're kind of like, if we didn't concede that own goal, it's still 0-0. So it's unfortunate, but it gets from bad to worse there. The second goal is...
Jesus Christ, what is Luke Shaw doing here?
Luke Shaw caught ball watching, not getting tight to the man.
It wasn't even not getting tight to the man. I think he left it bounce that he thought it was going out of play. He didn't even know he was there.
Yeah, and listen, it's a great ball from Cancelo. There's no doubt in that. The quality of the pass is undeniable.
Like, I don't know if it was overly a great ball. Like, theoretically, Shaw should have cleared that and it was a terrible ball into the box.
Yeah, he probably leaves it a bit. Yeah, Shaw probably should clear it, but it is a good ball. And if, the City player doesn't get there, it's still a good ball. Like, it's into a dangerous position. It's there to be attacked.
Yeah, it was a good
Shaw should get it away. It's a decent finish. De Gea is culpable here, and I don't like to say that, considering that the only reason this wasn't 7 or 8-0 is because of some of the big, and they really were big saves from Dave.
That one, the one from Cancelo, he tipped over the bar. Yeah. The one from De Bruyne was brilliant.
Yeah, the one from Lindelof was brilliant. Now, why Lindelof shooting on his own net is beyond me, but I think he is a little bit culpable here. It's his near post. He thinks the player's going to go high. He puts his hands up, it hits his chest, and it bounces in. It's a scrappy goal. I also
think he was kind of slow. He was slow to it. He thought that Luke Shaw was going to clear it, and then all of a sudden he had to try and make ground up.
Yeah, there is. I'm not putting too much blame on De Gea here. He was clearly the best player we had out there today.
He might have been the only player.
Yeah, again, he's been the man of the match for us so many times in the past and even in recent times.
Well, this is probably about 6 or 7 times this year alone.
Yeah, and he loses 2-0 here. It would have been a lot worse without him. It went with what we expected, the back five. As I said, I thought Lindelof would slot in there, and he did. Then you had your midfield of Fred and McTominay, which we expected. Bruno wasn't up to much. Greenwood started, which I didn't think would happen. And then you had...
There's obviously something wrong with Cavani. that he didn't even make the bench.
I think Cavani is still on, like, there's still a bit of an injury there from the previous week.
Because for him to not even make the bench was scandalous if he's fit.
Yeah, then Ronaldo obviously up front.
Tell you what, Ederson made a good save from him, didn't he?
That's a fantastic save from
It's
Ederson.
a dreadful miss from Greenwood.
It's not as bad as it looks when you watch it back, because the speed that Ronaldo hits it bounces off Ederson. It comes out at some speed. Like, you do have to react very sharpish and get that on target from Greenwood. It kind of bounces at him and hits him more than he hits it, I think. It's a harsh one that, like, you know, when you look at where he is and how close he is to the net, he should be burying it. But the speed that all happened, I
only seen it once and it looked like he just shanked it. So I'll have to watch Match of the Day later. And
it's a really strong shot from Ronaldo, and Ederson palms it away.
I'll tell you what, it was traveling, wasn't it?
Yeah, and when Ederson hits it, he hits it hard, and that's what Ederson is good at. When he does stop shots, he hits them hard so that they don't just drop. So I think, it's not great from Greenwood, but it's also something that, you know, I think on any day anyone could miss hit.
As I said, I only seen the replay once, so I'll have a watch of it later on and see.
Yeah, the team wasn't up to much at all here. Again, I think defensively, obviously, there's the mistakes are there. Yeah. But attacking, again, it just seemed that every time we did go to attack, bar that shot from Ronaldo, there was a very slow build up in play. There's misplaced passes, but even when you get the ball and it's like, right, let's pass this. When you watch us score goals, it's from playing quickly, you know, one-touch passes and going on the run.
A lot of it today seemed to be very stagnant.
Yeah, and this is a problem I've had quite a few times when I've watched us play. There's a lot of passing, and, you know, we want to switch the play, but rather than switching it, it's into the middle, across the middle, and then out to the man on the right, or out onto the man on the left.
It's just not good.
It's too slow at switching the play. I know that maybe we just don't have the players there that can do that.
We do have the players there. I don't think the players have the belief in themselves.
See, I think the problem is that the players that we have there that can do that are, like, you know, Ronaldo can do it, Bruno can do it, and Greenwood can do it.
Pogba can do it.
So, well, no, I mean on the pitch today.
Oh, today, yeah.
And you're talking, Bruno's not the one that should be, you won't be switching it. You want Bruno being the one collecting the switch of play.
Even Scott, watching him against Atlanta, he was spraying them passes.
He can sometimes, and it looked like Scott was asked to play the deeper role here because Scott did not really get forward at all here. He just kind of camped in his own half. Fred got forward a bit more, which is something that we've been saying that one of them needs to do that.
Against Spurs, that's what they've done as well. Scott was the deeper of the two.
Yeah, and it looks like that's what he's going to do. He's not going to be that box to box anymore.
It won't matter in 2 weeks' time anyway.
No, it won't. But if we're going to have a defensive midfielder and Scott is willing to now play that role, I'm willing to give him a chance, because I think part of the problem is he was playing box to box and we needed a defensive midfielder, and neither of them were doing it. So if Scott's going to give it a try and actually play that position, maybe we'll be in. I still think that we need to get someone better than him, but he can do it for the rest of the season, sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
If we could get an Ndidi in, or Kante, or
Kessie, or something like that.
Kessie is a box to box as well, but he's a bit more disciplined.
Yeah, but he knows when to get forward, whereas Scott would get forward. He used to get forward at everything. This time he kind of sat back.
I said it on the preview show. I says I think City will win.
You did. You said 2-1, and unfortunately
I was close. It was close again.
You were close. We didn't manage to score, but also it could have been a hell of a lot worse. Neville said it on commentary. He was like, City are not the sort of team that do go out and beat teams by massive amounts. They don't. He didn't say they don't beat
this season, maybe.
No, that's what he was saying. This season, they don't really go out. They play the same game, which is to spray passes around and break you down eventually.
I don't. It's literally what City looked like they were trying to do was tire United out. Run them side to side, and then
what he was saying was that they don't have the attacking force that the likes of a Liverpool do. Like, Liverpool go out and they'll put someone to the sword because they have that attacking force. Whereas what Neville kind of said was, City don't have that attacking force that's, you know, always that forward thinking.
Yeah, they rely on their system.
They rely on the system to break teams down and eventually score one. Like it was mentioned today that their top goal scorer in the league
is Torres, is it?
Is 3 goals. which Silva matched by scoring today. Their top Premier League goal scorer is 2 people, and they're both on 3 goals.
I think
Foden,
the goals are spread around, though, aren't they? There's a lot of them on 2.
There's a lot of them on 2 and stuff, yeah, and that's what he was kind of saying. They don't have someone who's going out and bagging goals, like
what they were
5, 6,
expecting
7 every few.
They were expecting to have with Harry Kane,
or what you get with the likes of Salah, up, like playing forward and things like that.
But to be fair to Liverpool, the goals are really spread out over the front 3 as well.
Yeah, but
maybe the front 2 for me now until this season.
Yeah, but they're spread out, but the boys are each getting,
Oh yeah, they're scoring
high numbers. Yeah, whereas with City, it's like it's spread out all over the place, and 3 is their top goal scorer in the league.
Yeah. No, I was watching. I had the little man swimming today, and I was trying to watch it on a stream, and I was watching the American one, and after about 6 or 7 minutes, just before City scored, they were like, Jesus, Fred must have run about 40 miles here.
Yeah, no, and he did. He ran his socks off. Now, again, there was a slight issue here that I found that very similar to the Liverpool game. We had a chance from a free kick, and Maguire gets not a free header, but a relatively free header, and again misses the target.
You would call that a free header, though.
He's marked. He's not well marked, but
Diaz doesn't jump with him.
No, but it's not free as in, sometimes you get the ball in, you've
no one
around
completely,
you.
Yeah, but that's a free header.
Yeah, it's a pretty free header, you're not going to get too many like that, and it doesn't even hit the target. I
wonder, can we get him to wear an England jersey underneath the United jersey?
Possibly, because
that slabhead cunt scores all the time for England.
He does seem to manage to at least hit the target for England. I don't even care about, I'd prefer him to be scoring, but he needs to be hitting the target before he scores them.
Yeah, because some of the times you're going to hit the target, the keeper will parry it out and it'll drop to someone.
Yeah. I know hitting the bar or hitting the post isn't counted as hitting the target, but at least it's as close to on target as you can get, and just you get a little bit unlucky.
Yeah, it looks a bit better. Like if you hit the post, and then all of a sudden the team get a bit of a boost. Right, we're getting closer.
Yeah, but it wasn't like that. It was just we come out for the second half. It's 2-0 down, and the system changes.
I liked the change. I did like the change. At least he tried to say, well,
bring Sancho on.
Yeah.
Take Bailly off. I think maybe a little bit unfortunate for Bailly. I know he scored the own goal, but I don't think he was absolutely awful here.
His head looked like it was gone.
I think in his own head, he was upset about the goal that he'd put in and things like that. But yeah, Sancho coming on, it's a great attacking choice. Sancho started out on the left here.
Yeah,
I
guarantee you, if and it should be when Ollie gets sacked during this break.
I don't know if he'll be sacked. I think he
won't walk.
I think there'll be a mutual agreement. I don't think
that's a sacking.
It's a sacking, but without the media of a sacking. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he'll be sacked.
We've come to part company.
Yeah, like he's going to stick on as a different role or whatever.
Today, the Middlesbrough manager done it after the game. He was told this morning that he was losing his job today, and he still went out and managed the game.
Yeah, I do think that Ole probably is gone here, but I think this is the correct substitution to make. Maybe not.
Oh, it was 100%.
Maybe not the exact correct way to do it, in terms of I probably would have put Sancho out on the right and moved Greenwood to the left if you're going to do that. But it's he changes the system, goes back to a 4-4-2, and we looked well when we came out to that 4-4-2. It looked like we were starting to create chances. We were getting at them. But eventually they got the ball back, and just we couldn't get it back for anything.
They could knock that ball around for 10 minutes at a time, really, couldn't they?
That's what was happening. We were sitting there watching it. Now, the one thing is that we saw Donny go out to start warming up at 58 minutes, and I was like, is he really going to bring him on with half an hour to go? I was like, this could really change the game if this guy comes on here. And he
done well midweek as well. We were saying that.
Yeah, and I was like, if he gives him half an hour, maybe we're in with a show here. But the first substitution he goes with Rashford over Greenwood, and I was like, again, not an awful substitution.
Not a bad change.
Now, the only issue there is that Rashford hasn't trained all week, and he's been ill up until kind of today. So
he looked lethargic midweek as well.
He did, and I think don't make that substitution if the guy's still sick. But if the player's sitting there telling you I'm good to go, and you have that belief in the player, and you think he can make a difference, it's a risk. But if it pays off, you're a genius. If it doesn't, you're an idiot, sort of thing. And it didn't really. Rashford wasn't really at the races. And then it looked like I thought Donny was going to come on, and then Shaw went down. Hopefully Shaw's okay.
It looks like he's passed concussion protocol, so it might be grand.
He might be, but I do hope he is okay.
They said he got dizzy. That's why.
He got hit, he went down, and they didn't take him off. And then a couple of minutes later, he just sat down.
Yeah, he got dizzy, yeah.
And Neville said it. He's like, with the concussion protocol now in place, he won't be getting off. Now, the thing is, I do like this rule that they've brought in with the concussion substitute. So we were able to bring Tellez on. And I know some people will say, well, just, United getting away with one there. It's not. This is available to all teams. If a player has a concussion and you need to take him off, you take him off.
Yeah, and then it works as well because City could have then made 4 subs.
Yeah, exactly. It does give them. Now, City made no subs because it was basically a training day for them, unfortunately for us. But Donny does come on, and I think Donny plays well when he does come on. But he gets given 10 minutes. Like he went out warming up with half an hour to go. You're 2-0 down, 10 minutes left. I was like, give the guy at least down 20.
Do you think that's a slight bit of Ollie trying to appease the fans?
Possibly. I think the sub might maybe have come a little bit earlier if Shaw hadn't got injured.
Oh, it possibly would have, but I think bringing him on, he hasn't brought him on all season. He played 5 minutes of football all season in the league, and then 2 or 3 minutes in the Champions League.
I think he had a good game in the Champions League, or a good couple of minutes in the Champions League, and I think this was his reward. You're working your way into the team, but it was too little, too late. 10 minutes is not enough for this guy to get out there and get impact that game. Give him 20 minutes, and if you get a goal, if he comes on and we get a goal 5 or so minutes after he comes on, you've still got 15. But if you bring him on with 10 minutes and you score a goal and there's 5 minutes left plus injury time, City will just keep the ball.
Yeah,
they're going to get it back after the goal.
He looked like he got himself about.
He did. He got himself about. He was very good when he came on when we were in possession. He did get around trying to defend, but as you said, City can keep the ball when they need to.
It's done and buried now. I'm not even letting it bother me.
Yeah, we go into an international break here. I
imagine there will be a manager change.
I think it depends who we go for. If we decide we're going to go with the likes of Ten Hag from Ajax, I don't think he'll leave Ajax at the moment.
I think he will. I generally think they'll do a deal.
A deal to leave at the end of the season.
Van der Sar is there.
At the end of the season, maybe. I think a deal could be put in place of, we'll sign you now, but you can finish this season out with Ajax. He's done so much with them.
When you think Coleman's now available as well, being an ex-Ajax legend, it'd be easy to get someone like that to slot in. I know Coleman had an absolute torturous time at Barca.
Well, he took over Barca when they were just about to go into a shambles. I think Ten Hag might turn around and say, listen, I'm happy to sign with you, but I want to finish out this season. I think he has a lot of loyalty to that club.
So be it. If that's the case, we'll stick it. You know what I mean?
I'll stick with Ole for the year if we know that at the end of the year, Ten Hag is already signed and delivered, but I can't see him walking away from Ajax
I generally can.
When they're undefeated in the Champions League, top of their league, I think...
The problem is there's another manager sitting, waiting.
Yeah, there could be somebody. I think you might see him make the agreement to leave at the end of the season, but I think
there's another manager that United can talk to now.
Zidane, obviously, yeah. I would personally prefer Ten Hag. I think I like his
system he has is brilliant.
Yeah, I like his style of management. He's done really well with that Ajax team. Then they got raided, lost most of their players, and he got them back to where they needed to be. But as you said, we move on from this game week. We go into an international break, and hopefully when we get back from that,
I think we're back in 3 weeks, are we?
Yeah, hopefully when we get back from that, there's an improvement in results and in the style of play, because losing 2-0 to City, obviously you never like to lose, but City are a quality team. There's no denying it. But it's the manner we lost them. We were awful to watch.
Yeah, we've been awful. Apart from Spurs, we've been awful for the last 8 weeks.
Yeah,
maybe even most of the season.
Yeah, a lot of the games are quite tough to watch. There's just a lot of problems, but we are, as we say, United until we die. So we'll keep
watching United this season. We might be quickly there.
Might be, but we'll do it until then. But until the next game week, good luck.